Hello guys, welcome back to Video Editing with Beginners. On this week's edition, I'll be showing you the best and easiest ways to edit some awesome transitions within your videos. So the first and obvious transition to use within video, as silly as it might sound, is basically just the general crossfade. The fading transition is probably the most used transition you'll see in films or in videos here on YouTube or wherever. And this is just really easy. So this is how you do it. You literally just get your video clip, and bear in mind on yours it may look like that with a video track and an audio track. Press and do, hopefully that will just go back to how it was. And the easiest way to do this is just literally just select and drag your transition and boom. And you can see straight away, and you're like, oh, okay, that was easy. It really is. It just shows you that just with a bit of practice and just with a bit of know-how, it really isn't that difficult. So what's really cool, and say you want to, I'll probably talk about this a little bit on this series, but what I really love is really think about transitions you can use. Really think about setting the scene. So if you're doing video blogs, you're making a film, if you're doing like a little music video, whatever. And I find with a very quick transition, you may want just, like that, quick and easy. I'll just turn the sound down a little bit. What's really cool, and then if you want to really set the scene, you might want to drag this out. So you would just basically just drag it over more and just adjust it to whatever fits your style and how you like it to go. And this is how you do it. So as you can see, you've got this really nice slow transition which just sets a scene, and that could be at the beginning of a video, or maybe sort of going from one scene to another, or maybe if you're doing a video blog, you might be in one location going to another. There's loads of ways you can use it, and there really is no right or wrong. You might think, well, when do I use it? It really is just down to your creativity. Some people might use it, some people might never ever do it. What you might find in video blogs or in YouTube videos, or maybe you want to be a bit quicker, you might, the other little transitions, what I call a very slight crossover. So what you do here, say you've got two clips and you've got this like annoying bit of sound. Now you might find if you've got two clips, say separate, there might be a little like click noise or something like that where you've stopped and started the camera. So you'll get this little like donk, that sort of thing. And so what I would highly recommend is the easiest way to, what I would do here is, now don't worry about this bit, I'm just going to cut these two clips just so I can use them, get them out separately. So just to show you guys, I just want to show you what you can do here. So the few things you can do is basically pull out the clip, pull that in. And what I tend to do is I will just very slightly delete both ends of each clip just by pulling them back. So you just clip that a little bit, and then what you do, you just get a little slight. And what I tend to do, if it's easier for myself or whoever, you can just go over to that, pull it over just slightly, and you'll just get this little crossfade. So and just like that, and you'll see now, if I've done it right, you'll see that there's literally, you probably won't notice a transition. Watch this now, look. 2 tips on improving your audio. Don't go anywhere. So straight away, I've just sort of cut those two clips, which is really cool. And you can see, again, look. 2 tips on improving your audio. And it's just like bam. And, if I want to make that really perfectly accurate, I would sort of play around with that, maybe cut a little bit off, or maybe, you might decide you want to pull it in a bit deeper, to make it a bit more snappy, make it more engaging for the audience, bear this sort of stuff in mind. But you might find that you've done it too much. That's easy, just pull it back again, or you just press, edit and do on whatever program you're using on your phone. You'd probably just pull it back. 2 tips on improving your audio. And straight away, and you might think, actually, I like the other way I did it, and it's just how it works. So that's, one thing you can do. Looking at other little transitions then, and quite a lot on programs, you can go to sort of edit effects, or transitions in things like Adobe and stuff. But what's quite cool on Magic particularly, and I know you can do this on a lot of software as well, so don't worry I haven't got this. You can quite often right click on something, right click on the clip, and you can literally just see a few little transitions here. So you might want to blur, And you can see here, so this is a transition fade into a clip. So this might be a start of a video, maybe different scenes, stuff like that.
Improving your audio.
So you got, you know, and and some fun. This particular what's that actually called? Actually, it's a blur. This is called a blur transition, and you probably recognise this from Star Wars.
Improving your audio.
Quite often, you'll be thinking, hey, and when you watch it, you'll see what I mean. There'll be like, I don't know, there'll be in like a desert or something, and then it would just do this little blur fade when it just goes black across the screen. Then it would be, you know, on one of the ships. So it just sort of, you know. And obviously, you don't have to use that. It's just using your own style. You probably notice I've never used that, but there's loads of ones you can do. You can do fly-ins.
Improving your audio. Don't go anywhere.
When the clip flies in, perhaps you might want that at the beginning of a video. I'm going to undo again just to show you what you can do. And you can do this with and you're probably thinking, can you do that crossover? You can cross them over. You can do shutter. Let's try that. You know, you can do, you know, if you want to use that different little style, making your own little style there, using different transitions. And quite often, a lot of programs, especially things like Adobe and stuff like that, they have literally hundreds of transitions. You know, you have like triangle pyramids, fly in that goes into crossfade. You can customize your own. And you know, I find that just by tinkering, you can find the best one for you. But personally, you'll probably notice in a lot of films and videos, and in a lot of my work as well, that I don't tend to go overly fancy. I find it sometimes looks a bit amateurish. I can't say that word, you know what I mean? It just looks a bit sort of naff. So I tend to just use simple fades, simple transitions, crossing over the clip to however I like it. And you know, as you see, it's just easier, snappier, and you know, necessary. But you know, you might like that. You know, you might want to have that blur fade, you know, and stuff like that. So it just bear all this in mind. And something I used to use on Adobe a lot is one called a white fade, where it flash in white, almost like a light or something, and then it will go into. And sometimes I'd use that if I was doing a dream sequence and stuff like that. So that's something to bear in mind as well.
Your audio, don't go anywhere.
You know, you could have it so it zooms in like this, and you can see me going across, you know, and you could really play around. And I sometimes find if you just apply, say, 2 or 3 different transitions, you can actually get your own little effects. You can do it how you like it, this sort of thing, which is really quite nice to see. It's quite interesting to see how you can do that. And, you know, and the other one I like is the fade out. So say if you're just want to, you know, it's the end of your video, you can just click at the end of a clip and you can literally just go fade out. And as you can see, that's just a really nice way to end the video. If you just fade it out, you know, you don't want anything too complex, you know, stuff like that. Just bear that in mind. But you know, if I'm being brutally honest, all you really need is just a nice fade. Just, you know, a very simple transition. Personally, it's more professional. But like I say, find your own style. It's just really cool to use. So anyway, so I hope today's video has been helpful and useful to you guys. I just want to say thank you very much again. Look at the end cards to watch more of this series and other videos within our channel. Also look in the description for links. Check out our Twitter page for links and updates on everything that's going on here at TBR Creators. Thank you so much again. I hope you enjoyed this video and got value from it. See you down the road, and you guys rock.